My grandmother was just a secretary for 40 years. At her funeral, 3 former presidents sent condolences. When I was growing up, my grandmother Helen was just the sweet lady who worked as a secretary at some government office in Washington, D.C. She made the best chocolate chip cookies, never missed my baseball games, and had a strict no work talk at home policy that my grandfather respected without question. The only unusual things about Grandma Helen were her irregular work hours, sometimes disappearing for days on business trips, her insistence on sitting with her back to the wall in restaurants, and the fact that she spoke 5 languages fluently but acted like it was no big deal, just picked them up here and there, she'd say when asked. As kids, we were told it contained boring work papers that we wouldn't be interested in. The one time my cousin Jimmy picked the lock, drama appeared out of nowhere and grounded him for a month. Parent, the only time I ever saw her truly angry. When she retired at 65, her office threw her what we assumed was a standard government retirement party. We weren't allowed to attend because it was classified. Parent, which became a family joke about how boring government paperwork must be. Grandma Helen passed away peacefully last month at 92. That's when things got strange. First came the calls. My mother was contacted by someone from the State Department to coordinate funeral arrangements. When she explained, we'd already made plans at Drama's local church. The caller politely but firmly explained that additional protocols would be necessary. The day before the funeral, men in suits arrived to sweep the church with dogs and strange devices. They apologized for the intrusion, but wouldn't explain further. On the morning of the funeral, my family arrived early to find the small church parking lot filled with black Azarizes. In Bully ID, the first 3 rows were occupied by stern-faced men and women we'd never seen before. An elderly man approached my mother, showed her a badge, and requested a private word. Your mother's service record is exceptional, he said. These people worked with her over the years. They're here to pay respects, but they won't intrude on your family's grief. During the service, our small-town pastor seemed nervous as he read from prepared remarks that had been suggested to him. He mentioned Rama's dedication to her country more than once. After the standard eulogy, a distinguished older gentleman rose and approached the podium. He didn't introduce himself, but I recognized him from news programs as a former CIA director. Helen wasn't just a secretary, he said simply. For 4 decades, she was the linchpin of operations that changed world history. She coordinated intelligence during 3 major international crises. She saved countless lives, including mine twice. Her name appears in no history books, which is exactly how she wanted it. When we returned home, there were 3 identical envelopes waiting, part formal condolence letters from 3 former presidents. Each mentioned gratitude for her service and the nation's debt to her sacrifice. That evening, Grandma's younger sister finally told us the truth. Brahma hadn't been a secretary parn, she'd been a high-level intelligence coordinator with top security clearance. The business trips were missions to various global hotspots. The languages weren't just hobbies, but essential tools for her real work. Your grandmother extracted 17 agents from behind the Iron Curtain, her sister told us. She was in Berlin when the wall fell. Not for vacation like she told you yesterday. A package arrived containing Grandma's personal effects from her office. Among them was a photo I'd never seen. Parent, Drama in a flak jacket standing beside a helicopter in some desert landscape, looking confident and completely in her element. On the back, she'd written, remember, the best secrets are the ones nobody knows you are keeping. I now wonder about every chocolate chip cookie conversation we ever had, and what world-changing secrets she carried while cheering at my Little League games.